Oh, yo, what's going on? It's Justin. Great to be back. If this is your first time here, my name is Justin Moore. I'm the founder of Creator Wizard, where I teach you how to find and negotiate your dream sponsorships. We're back for another Friday live stream. Today we're talking about today we're talking about a topic that I think is kind of everyone feels very polarized on this, which is media kits, right? And so the title of this is hiding your media kit? Stop it. Here's why. And I'm really excited to talk about this in particular because it's a question I get quite a bit, which is like, what should be in your media kit? Do you need a media kit? Will it potentially prevent you from getting partnerships and so on? So, excited to be going live on bunches of different platforms here. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I'm live on TikTok, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Twitter, on Twitch. Probably somewhere else. I can't remember. But let me know where you're tuning in from in the chat. We've got Circle H Scuba. We've got Kaylee Carroll. We've got Aaron House of Legos. Parker's on the go. We've got Scott Sanchez. What's going on, dude? Good to see you. And we've got I Give Up with the Name, Fourthborn Child. Good to see y'all here. All right. So as you know, the format of these live streams, I do a little spiel at the beginning to get everyone's juices flowing, and then we dive into Q&A. So if you have burning questions all around partnerships, sponsorships, negotiations, you name it, please leave it in the chat. I definitely do scroll back and see those so we can dive into those a little bit later. We got the Brilliant Dad tuning in on TikTok as well. Oh my gosh, and I forgot every single time I forget to pull up the Instagram chat. What's wrong with me? So let me pull that up as well to see who we are, who we got on Instagram. And we've got 46 me 46 Megan Moves. Good to see y'all there as well. All right. Oh my gosh, Coco says she's 9 months pregnant. Congratulations, Coco. You're probably ready. You're ready. I think this is your first. I'm assuming this is your first. Congratulations. It's such a magical moment. I remember being so eager and anxious to meet Liam when that was. So holy cow, that's an exciting time. So congrats, Coco. So all right, so let's dive into it. So you may have heard me talk about why having rates in your media kit is a terrible idea, right? But I've never actually talked about my secret motivation for giving that advice. And the reason is so that creators stop coveting their media kits like Schmeagle, right? And start providing a link for anyone to download it. First off, when was the last time a brand actually asked you to send your media kit over, right? My guess is probably less than 10 or 20% of the time, okay? But that does not mean that media kits aren't important. In fact, they can sometimes help seal the deal. And so look, I get it. You don't want any of your audience members finding it, right? Knowing how much you charge, potentially trolling you, right? I've been there. And it kind of feels weird putting that information out there for anyone to see, right? After all, you're openly saying, yes, I do paid work with brands, right? Or maybe you're worried about coming across like a sellout, which you definitely shouldn't, by the way. Or maybe you're worried that other creators are going to copy your ideas and steal your next sponsorship opportunity right out from under you, right? We don't want that to happen. But these worries are not just ill-founded, they're short-sighted too. So I'm planting this flag that it's time to make your media kit public. Okay, so first up, hiding your media kit doesn't exactly make you look professional, right? Imagine if a brand wanted to run a digital ad with a traditional publisher, right? You can bet that publisher is going to have a ton of information on their website about partnership opportunities for brands, right? So as a creator, why should you be any different? Promoting a brand in your weekly newsletter or on TikTok or in your podcast or whatever is no different than any other form of sponsorship. And you're actually going to lose so much business from brands this way. And there's two reasons for this. Number one, brands won't pick you. Okay. First, hiding your media kit is like putting a closed sign on your shop, then being surprised when nobody comes in. Meanwhile, every other shop on the street says open, right? So let's imagine two creators, one who hides their media kit and one who doesn't. Here's what's going to happen. Creator one hides their media kit. brand lands on their website looking for an exciting creator to partner with on their next campaign, right? Brand isn't sure whether that creator's audience squares with their target demographics, right? That's something they care about. Brand has another 20 creators on their list, so they just don't waste their time emailing the creator to ask if they're open to partnerships. After all, they want to soft recommend 3 creators to their boss without having to exchange a bunch of emails first, right? So contrast that with creator number 2, who makes their media kit public, right? The brand lands on their website, brand sees their media kit, displaying a variety of options for how that creator could work with them, succinct info on their audience demographics and how they've, worked successfully with other brands in the past. And so the brand exclaims, "Oh, I didn't know that this creator would even be open to doing a takeover of our social media or creating exclusive content for us," right? Definitely adding them to the short list, right? And the second reason is that creators won't suggest you. Right? It's going to make other creators less likely to recommend you to brands, right? If a creator, wants to try and hype you up to a brand that they just worked with, wouldn't it be easier if they can just point at your media kit and say, "Hey, look, this is exactly what my friend can do for your brand if you partner up with them," right? But if your media kit is hidden, that other creator is going to have to try and come up with their own elevator pitch to make you look good. And honestly, they probably won't bother, right? That's too much work. They don't know how you'd want to represent them, right? So it's time for a mindset shift, which is that it's about normalizing the idea of sponsorships to both you and your audience. When you publicly say, "Yeah, I work with brands and I'm proud of it," you'll gradually start to feel less weird about working with brands, which you shouldn't anyway, right? And so it also makes it clear to your audience that working with brands is just a part of your business. And it doesn't negatively impact their experience of following you. In fact, it's the opposite, right? It's a win-win-win. And there's also an element of growing your whole business. Okay. There's an even more exciting reason for displaying your media kit that's going to affect your creator business in the long term, which is that when you have your media kit up on your website, it kind of forces you to create your own space that's away from social media, right? You're no longer driving all of your business through Instagram or Twitter or whatever rented land you're on. You've now got a hub where both brands and your audience can find you, this is all part of my nefarious plan to convince you to finally start an email list, by the way. Okay. And so remember, you should just be proud to do sponsorships. And so the more that you lean into that, the more brands and your audience will take notice. Okay. So I wanted to start off with this just general idea. I was very inspired because I saw, as a result, this is a part of an email series that I sent out on Monday called Mindset Mondays. By the way, if you're not on my email list, you should be on there, because though people on my newsletter got an early look at this on Monday, and you just go to creatorwizard.com/join and you'll get digests like this on top of a bunch of other things, including paid sponsorship opportunities. But I was really inspired because a friend of mine who is an alumni of the course, was on my email list, saw this article and took action and actually created a public media kit based on this email. And it makes me so, I can't tell you how happy it makes me when I see people take immediate action like that, because those are the people who are going to see results. They're willing to try stuff out. They're not sure whether it's what exactly is going to happen from this, but they just take the plunge and they do it anyway. So Pete, if you're listening, if you're on here, really proud of you, dude. You did a great job on that. Holy cow, Brian. We got Brian's Lawn Maintenance dropping in right at the outset of the live with the $19.99 super chat, the DoorDash fund, and just because LOL, love you, bro. Brian, so good to see you, man. It's been a minute. Really appreciate you as always. So thank you. Really means a lot. And yeah, but by the way, Brian, DM me. I want to hear what's going on in your world, man. It's been a minute. Okay, so again, I'm going to dive into your questions and everything a little bit later. But on the topic of media kits, we've got some questions about media kits. Let's see. There was a question here. Circle H Scuba says, "I'm so curious about media kits. Excited to hear this. Love to hear it." Okay, Mary McCaughey has a question. Okay, should we make case studies public as well? 100%. there's absolutely nothing that you should be fearful of about your case studies, because, so first of all, what is a case study? A case study is when you write a little, it could be, as simple as a one pager. This is, I have templates for this type of thing in my course, Brand Deal Wizard. But essentially there's a couple pieces of information that you want to have in your media kit, right? So you've got obviously scoping out the campaign. What was included in the campaign? What were the deliverables, right? Was it a podcast, partnership? Was it a YouTube video, Instagram, TikTok, whatever it is, blog, newsletter, whatever. It doesn't matter what platform it's on. What were you promising to do for the campaign? And then, you give some background on, kind of behind what I teach is like kind of behind the scenes of, something that could illustrate your credibility on this topic of how you're different from other creators. Like, hey, I was able to turn this partnership around in 7 days because it was a super quick turnaround. Like, that's some interesting data that the brand, a future brand who's trying to decide whether to work with you or not, and they're looking at this case study, they'll get an insight into like the type of professional creator that you are, right? And so, talk about kind of different behind the scenes qualities like that. And then you're going to want to share results, right? And the results are based on the goal type of the campaign. So if you followed me for a while, you know that I talk about the 3 campaign goal types that basically every brand is going to want to accomplish when they work with you. And it's going to be one of the 3. So you've got conversion focused campaigns, you've got brand awareness, and you've got repurposing. And so depending on the type of the campaign that you're doing a case study on, you're going to showcase different results, right? So if it is a brand awareness campaign, then the stats that you're going to show in those results are going to be those top level vanity metrics, right? You've got the impressions, you've got the views, you've got the comments, you've got all that stuff, because that's what they care about. It's a brand aware. How many eyeballs, like, did we move the needle in terms of getting more conversation, more share of voice around this product or this campaign or this promotion? If it is a conversion campaign, then the results you're going to showcase are sales or downloads or clicks on this link or coupon redemptions or whatever trial signups, whatever it is, because that is what was the most important part of that campaign. And, one of the things I teach in my course that is a really, really important concept around case studies is that you should not be showing a potential sponsor case studies that are of the wrong goal type. If this new brand says that we are really excited about brand awareness and you show them a conversion focused case study, they're going to be like, this is apples and oranges. We don't care about sales. We just told you. We want to drive the needle when it comes to top level awareness about our new product launch or whatever. So it's very important that you have that apples to apples comparison when it comes to your case studies. And so the original question was around how do you how do you should you be actually publishing this for anyone to download, like the case studies in particular? And it's the answer is absolutely 100%, because you have nothing to be fearful of. If there's information, like, obviously you don't want to be sharing proprietary information in the case study the brand is not comfortable with you sharing. So if it's like sales, numbers or something like that, and the brand is not giving you permission to actually share those, then of course you don't want to make them public. But most of the time, the brand's not going to care about you sharing how many views. That's all public, right? The views, the engagement, the comment, all that stuff, right? So if it's an awareness campaign, right? So, obviously, like, the more amount of information, the more information that you can share, the better in your media kit when it's public. Because again, the whole point of this exercise is that you are lowering the friction for a brand or an agency to envision partnering with you on a campaign. You don't want to have them email you to get this information, right? Because again, what happens when behind the scenes of like what actually happens when a brand or an agency is recruiting creators for a paid campaign? This is what happened. They do, agency or brand X, has a conversation with their agency and says, hey, we really want to work with creators. Give us a strategy. And so the agency says, okay, we think we should be working with TikTokers or podcasters or newsletter people or, YouTubers, whatever it is. Here are 20 creators that we think is going to be good, right? They went out and they actually just started Googling top home improvement influencers, top 10, DIY, podcasters, blah, 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 blah. They start Googling, or sometimes they use software to try to find creators like this, right? And then they developed a soft list And they, by the way, they have not reached out to you yet. They just, based on your overall persona on social media, maybe they looked at your website, they looked at your bio, they looked at your content. They just think, hey, you know what? This person looks pretty good. So I think we're going to like soft vet them to the client. And so they put together this deck, they copy and paste your image from social media or from Google, and they put it into their PowerPoint. And then they send it to the brand, and the brand says, hey, these 5 people look great. Let's reach out to them now. Let's try and understand what their rates are like, right? Or like what it would be like to work with them. Let's have a conversation. And so do you understand this initial vetting process? This happens all the time. And so the most amount of information that you can provide to them before they have to reach out to you to ascertain this, then that's going to increase your chances of getting onto that soft list. Right. And so that's why it's such a differentiating factor for you if you can publicize this information, because it makes you seem professional. If you go on, any magazine that you read, let's say it's Vogue or All Recipes or, whatever, Good Housekeeping, like any print magazine, for example, or digital publisher like Meredith or something like that, go on their website and just Google Meredith. Like, okay, let's just freaking do this right now. Like, if we're going to do the thing, let's do the thing, right? I'm literally going to Google this right now, and I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to search Meredith advertising. Okay, here we go. I'm going to share my screen here. I'm literally doing this in real time. Meredith advertising. That's what I searched. Those of you who are on TikTok and Instagram, it's going to be a little bit tough for you to see this, so I apologize. But let's click on this. Advertise with Dot-Meredith. Oh, interesting. They have a whole website devoted to what it's like to partner with Dot-Meredith, which is like their publishing arm or their advertising arm, right? Dot-Meredith is the only modern publisher combining beloved and iconic brands with digital DNA to create the best intent-driven content and experiences, from Melville to magazines, blah, 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 blah. 200 million people trust us. Here's 76 of all adults, 90% of women, 84% of non-white women. We have all these different opportunities, premium media, editorial sponsorships, custom content, insights, and data, right? They're just showing this specialty marketing solution. So they're literally just showing you all the different ways in which they can partner. So why can you not do this as a creator? I'm going to show you. Okay, remember I was mentioning how oh man, I can't show it to you. Sorry. You see this? It says you are free from this site. I tried to pull up Twitter because I was going to show you Pete's, my friend, but I have this thing on my my computer and my phone called Freedom, where between certain hours I'm not allowed to access Twitter and Reddit and other sites because it's a time sink for me, so I can't show it to you. But if I did, I was going to show you Pete's. I wish I could find Pete's Media Kit. Let me actually see if I can just go to his website, Pete Matheson Media Kit. Oh, I found it. I just Googled. Okay, so this is the media kit. This is my friend Pete. He's an alumni of the course. So this is the media kit that Pete made after reading my article. And so you can see a little bit what he did. He has his stats on different social platforms. He has the audience statistics, right? You see how it's kind of similar to the Meredith one we were looking at, right? The audience statistics, channel statistics, watch hours, links of like most popular long form content, most popular shorts, brands I've worked with previously, right? He's got, lists of some of these brands. Look at these testimonials, man. Pete is like, gets a gold star here because this is a lot of the stuff that I was talking about, right? A phenomenal partner. Here's results, some screenshots, right? Average cost of the products, total sales for the year, like yada, yada, yada. Work with me. Here's all the things I can do for you, etc. Is this dope? Is this not cool? I think this is super cool. I think this is really cool. So I just wanted to show this example because it's not hard. It's not hard to kind of pull some of this data together. I think it's going to really take your creator business to the next level. If you can, the other really impactful reason that you should do this is that it forces you to sit down and think, okay, how am I marketing myself as a creator? What is my creator identity? When a brand lands on my page, or even a potential follower lands on my page, like, what is the type of content or what is the type of vibe that I want to give off? Right. And so it forces you to kind of sit down and think through this. So I know that was kind of like I went off on a tangent there, but I wanted to kind of show you this real life example. Yeah. Coco says, love that you're doing this with us in real time. Yes. We got Jenny Lee tuning in. Kimberly Millionaire. What's going on, Kimberly? Good to see you. So good to see you. Yeah, so hopefully that was helpful. I'm going to dive back into the chat real quick here. Because what happened to my Instagram chat? Did it die? We've got Hello Happy Mom. What's going on? Felicia, so good to see you. Anime Hamu, what's going on? Or Amin Hamu, what's going on? We've got the Wooden Butterfly, King Bolton, Ali Refurbished, Juliana Deliberai, Luana SCB, My Little Limb. Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. I'm going to take a swig because I was talking for a long time. Okay, so diving back into questions here. Aaron's House of Lego says, you're always very helpful, Justin. So happy to hear that. Okay, Mary says, follow-up question, really helpful information. I don't have a website yet. Should I add my media kit to my Linktree in the meantime? Yes, 100%. Yeah, that's a total easy solution. That should not be if you don't have a website, if you don't have a blog, that's okay. Adding your media kit to your Linktree is a 100% reasonable solution, and that should not be an obstacle preventing you from doing that. Circle H Scuba says, possibly separate from media kits, do you have suggestions or templates of examples of post-campaign results to give after working with the brand? Yeah, absolutely. So, those of you who are very interested in learning more about the post-campaign reporting process, this is the entire focus of week 3 of my course, Brand Deal Wizard, which, by the way, is opening enrollment on February 23rd, y'all. So stoked. First class starts March 7th, I believe. And so if this is something that you want to learn more about and really get to kind of become an expert in working with brands in this much more professional way than I think most creators are accustomed to, definitely check that out. You can just go to branddealwizard.com to join the waitlist. But yeah, Circle H Scuba, happy to talk about this. So what is a post-campaign report? So first of all, a post-campaign report is basically not a proposal. It's a presentation that you put together after a campaign is over, showcasing how kick butt everything went. What most creators are accustomed to doing is just taking a screenshot of their analytics when the brand asks them for that, or when the agency asks them for that. And they say, send us a screenshot of your TikTok insights or your YouTube analytics or your Instagram insights or whatever, blah, 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 right? And then you kiss it off, you send it, you attach it, and you send in your invoice, and then you literally never talk to the brand again. Stop it. Why are you doing that? No, don't do that. And then you wonder why sponsorships are irregular and hard to come by, because you're literally never proposing anything to the brand. You're never showing them how awesome and amazing of a partner you are to help them understand why they need to hire you again and again and again and again. So this is one of the whole purposes of putting this post-campaign report together. Is it's to some degree, it's a little bit similar to the case study, but they're different. So a post-campaign report, the audience of a post-campaign report is internal. That is, the audience is the brand that you worked with on that campaign, or the agency or whatever. A case study, the purpose of that is showing it to external people. That's to show it to prospective new partners. Right. And so it's you can repurpose some of the information for sure between the post-campaign report as well as the case study. But again, remember when I talked about how some brands hold certain metrics or certain data as proprietary, like sales metrics, click-through stuff, like whatever. Like those are the types of things you would put on the post-campaign report, because the audience of that report is the brand itself that you worked with. And so yeah, you're going to be providing overviews, but you're also going to be providing insights into how you believe the campaign went, as well as opportunities for improvement on the next partnership. So if, for example, people in your comment section said, oh, I really wish that you would have focused on this feature or this benefit of the partnership or the product or the service or whatever in a little bit more detail in this content, well, you better have a page in your post-campaign report to illustrate to the brand, like, hey, this went really well, but I also think there's an opportunity for us to cover this part of it in a little bit more detail in the next post, in the next partnership. Sorry, I'm like banging the table. Hopefully it's not loud, right? But that is the whole purpose of one of the whole purposes of putting this PCR together, this post-campaign report, because you'll start to illustrate to them that there's all these other ways in which you can provide value to them. And this is how you start pitching these like monthly or quarterly engagements where you get some consistency, some recurring income, because you're helping the brand in all these different ways. And so that's just like one small example of like a next level tactic that's going to completely differentiate you from every other creator. Remember how I said, like, they're reaching out to 10, 20 creators. Maybe they end up moving forward with 5 or 10 creators for this campaign. I guarantee you're going to be literally the only person who sends them a PCR. You're going to be the only, like a case in point, as like concrete proof of this. Brendan Gahan, who's a close friend, senior partner at Mechanism, which is an advertising agency, had him as a guest expert speaker in a previous cohort of my course. And he said that over the 1,000 plus influencer campaigns that he has done over his career, a creator has only ever sent him a presentation after the campaign closed one time. 1 out of 1,000 plus campaigns. So literally the only way that you will ever have someone else who's doing a PCR is if they took my course. And so maybe over the years, maybe like lots of people are going to start doing this, and I hope they will be, because you're a professional. You should be doing this. You're going to instantly differentiate yourself from all these other creators. They're going to be like, wow, this creator out of the 10 or the 20 or the 50 or the 100 that we worked with is the only person who's actually seemingly interested in the outcome of this for us. They're interested in the return on our investment. Yeah, we're going to hire them again. And you know what the beauty of this is that even if the campaign didn't go quote unquote well, a lot of creators are really scared to do PCRs or do post campaign reports because they think, oh, I actually don't want to showcase this because I didn't get that many clicks or I didn't drive that many sales or whatever. You have to lean into that discomfort, because when you lean into that discomfort and you lean into the objectivity of this partnership, you will illustrate to the brand that you have the humility to understand how you can improve. And you can take that feedback from them and say, hey, I understand maybe the results are, were perhaps a little bit lower than we were expected, but here's why I think that is. Here's how I think I could improve for the next iteration of content. And you illustrate to them that, hey, this one small sample of us like partnering one time is actually not enough data for us to really understand the holistic nature of the performance of this campaign. I actually need to do a couple more posts. I'm going to talk about it on my newsletter. I'm going to talk about it on Twitter. I'm going to talk about it on TikTok. I'm going to YouTube, whatever. Here's a new kind of, form, kind of a media or medium of content that I'm going to try and talk about it in this time because I think it's going to perform better. X, Y, Z, you kind of go, you pull that thread, you have that conversation with them. Then they're 100% going to hire you again. Even if you're 2 or 3x the amount of money as this other creator over here. Case in point, I've got receipts, guys. I'm backing this up. I'm just gonna I'm gonna go with the cha-ching here because I've got receipts. I was on a podcast with Nathan Barry, who is the CEO of ConvertKit. You know ConvertKit? It's like the email service provider for creators. They're I think they're $30 million company every year. They're $30 million ARRs. I don't even know, something crazy like that. So they have a very big business. And we were talking about this specific this issue, and he said to me on the podcast, he said, if we hired a creator at ConvertKit to talk about ConvertKit, right? And yeah, the amount of people that ultimately signed up for trial accounts was like lower than other partnerships, but they came to us with kind of a presentation, a report that said, hey, here's the insights that I got from my audience. I got all these DMs, I got all these emails asking me questions and all this stuff, right? And yet the signups may have been a little bit lower, but if they said, here's how I think, here's some like insights into the market, we would 100% hire them again. We would consider doing a longer term partnerships and using that actionable data, because again, they just feel much more like a partner rather than a vendor or a commodity. And so that is the whole goal of these live streams, of my content, of me just like hammering this over and over and over in my newsletter and all this stuff to y'all, is to understand that it's not just about the numbers. It's not just about your performance. It's about illustrating to the brand or the agency or whoever you're working with that you are professional, you are organized, you are communicative, right? And working with you is a good investment, that they can see why they can cover their beep, right? When this person that you're talking to decides to put their reputation on the line internally and pay you $20,000 or $5,000 or $1,000, whatever it is. Maybe they haven't worked with many creators before. When they put their reputation on the line, that they can feel confident in doing so, that they won't get roasted internally, that they can point to this proposal you sent them, or they can point to the rap report, the PCR that you send them and say, hey, I know this maybe didn't go well from a dollars and cents perspective, but look at this report that this creator generated. Like this helps them cover their butt. Does this make sense? Tony K Film says, this is all great info. Thank you very much, Tony. I appreciate that so much. Circle H Scuba says, I haven't been able to attend a live before. These are so much better live than watching the replays. Dang. Thank you, Justin. Such a more detailed response than I expected. You got it. So glad to hear that it's helpful. Can you let me know your name, Circle H Scuba, so I can stop calling you Circle H Scuba? All of that makes perfect sense. Thank you. I'm working on ways to educate brands on why they need these kinds of partnerships. Signed up for the wait list. Boom. Love to see it. Good to hope to see you in the next cohort. So one other thing I want to talk about, because I'm just making a Thomas. What's up, Thomas? So I'm going to make an assumption here, Thomas, is that one of the challenges in certain types of content niches, like Scuba potentially, is that there may be some more traditional brands and companies that may have not worked with a lot of creators before, and so it's a little bit of a taller order to educate them around partnerships, right? And they maybe they have an Instagram and they have a TikTok and they have a YouTube channel and stuff, and so they've kind of maybe dabbled in it. But the extent of like partnerships for them is like, oh, people will just like tag them sometimes, and they'll be like, oh, I'm gonna like repurpose this content and just like repost it on our Instagram. The creator probably doesn't care because they just tagged us. They'll be thrilled with this. The exposure, like what, right? This is their mindset because they haven't worked with a lot of creators, and so when here you come in and you'd be like, pay me, right? That this brand's gonna be like, what are you talking about? Like, we have all this UGC, this user generated content. Like, why would we pay you, right? And so a lot of creators get frustrated this, but again, put yourself in the shoes of the brand. Let's say you ran a brand and you didn't have a lot of experience. Imagine you're not a creator. Like, imagine you're at the very, you have this small little mom and pop, brand or clothing line or whatever it is, candle shop, whatever. And here this like Instagrammer comes or TikTok person comes and there's like $5,000. So we're going to talk about you once, make one video. You're going to be like, yeah, right. Like, get lost. Like, I'm just going to go work with these people who are like saying, I'll talk about you for free. Right. And so like, that's their mindset. And you can't fault them for that. Yes, there are some brands who maybe are nefarious and they are malicious and they are trying to take advantage of you. I acknowledge there are brands out there like that. But in my experience, most brands are not like that. Most companies do want to do well by you, but it has to make sense from a dollars and cents perspective. If I'm a small business, if I'm going to pay this creator $2,000 to talk about me, I better hope that I'm going to see $2,000 in sales or, more. I don't just want to make my money back. I want to make profit. I want to see $4,000 or $10,000 or whatever. And maybe it's not about sales. Maybe it's not a conversion campaign. Maybe they just want to get content. Maybe they want to run advertising, right? So again, you have to align what you're proposing them to their goal, which is why you have to have these conversations. You have to get on a call. You have to get on a Zoom and ask these questions so that you can align what you're proposing to their goal, right? And so, yeah, Thomas says, this is literally the question I was going to ask you next. The fact that this industry is so far behind the times, I didn't want to spam the question. No, it's okay. I don't know, Brian, if you're still in here, Brian's Lawn Maintenance, we got Paul from the Green Industry Podcast. It's so funny. I've become like kind of well-known in the lawn care professional influencer space. There's like 6 or 7 folks that I do these one-on-ones with, very regularly, because you could argue that this, even a couple years ago, this industry was super traditional, right? You've got the John Deeres of the world, you've got the Toros of the world, you've got some of these really, huge multinational conglomerate brands who are these big incumbents that even as few as as recent as a couple of years ago, we're just like, no, like, here, you can have a free mower or whatever. But now they're starting to spend big bucks to court some of these influencers who are speaking to lawn care professionals. And so you would be shocked, Thomas, at the amount of money that some of these creators are commanding now, because all of a sudden their industry has taken notice. And you know what? Maybe it's going to take you, Thomas, to be that trailblazer, to be the educator, to go out and have a lot of these conversations. And yeah, maybe it's going to be frustrating and you're going to have to spin your wheels, and some of these deals are not going to pan out. But you know what? Maybe in 12 months it will, or maybe in 18 months it will. And it's going to take you, like, one of the things that, I did a ton when I ran the agency, Thomas, was I literally had these like road shows where I went and I did these lunch and learns where I went into an advertising agency's office in Chicago, in New York, in LA, and I would pay for catered lunch for 15 of these account executives to stand up there and tell them about why they need to be working with family vloggers on YouTube. Because 8 years ago or 7 years ago, whatever, when I was doing this thing, people just didn't understand. They were working with some beauty influencers and like it was very high gloss and high production value and yada, 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 right? And here I was being like, hey, you should be like some of these vloggers, this is a brand new demographic or a brand new format for you to reach modern families, modern parents, right? And so here's why you should be working with these types of creators. And it took so much education, it took so many conversations, and it took a lot of these deals 18 months or more to come to fruition. And yet, yeah, you could argue like I had to, it was like unfair that I had to like go out there and spend money and do all this stuff, but like that's the game. That's part of this process. And so, but like what I'll say is that a lot of those brands, a lot of those agencies really did stick with us, stick with our agency for a long time because they remembered you from the beginning. They remember that education that you gave them and develop that relationship, right? And so that would be really some of my main advice to you, Thomas, is that, yeah, some of these scuba brands, some of these water brands are not like, they're super traditional and they're not really understanding why paying creators makes sense. Yeah, it's going to be more legwork, but believe me, it's going to like reap dividends down the line. Yeah. Is that helpful? I hope that's helpful. Oh my goodness. I'm like feeling super hot. I have these like really bright lights. I'm just going to take it off, guys. I've got a t-shirt under here and I'm just going for it because it was like cold today because it's raining here in the Bay Area. But holy cow, I am like super like, and it's like black. I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm just like boiling right now. So, all right, let's dig into some more questions here. Let's see. Tony K Films, on TikTok, do you rate media kits and profile pages? Yes, I have done that in the past. I used to have this thing called a brand attraction audit, which is something I really enjoy doing, which is basically I will rip apart your entire online presence, not just your media kit, your website, your social platforms, how you're talking about yourself in your bio, XYZ, all these things. And yeah, I haven't done it as much, but I've probably done those types of audits. I've done over 300 of them or more. Probably closer to 500. I've done so many of them. And I really love doing them, but they just take a lot of time. So I haven't done as many of them lately. However, in my Gifted to Paid course, I do have a whole section. I have a bunch of audits that I've done. That's kind of like a bonus in that course. So if you're interested in kind of seeing how I do those audits, definitely check out my course, Gifted to Paid, which is just giftedtopaid.com. Holy cow, Paul from the Green Industry Podcast coming in hot with the super chat. Thanks for all your help. Justin's tips and guidance are incredible. Holy cow. Thank you so much, Paul, for your longtime support. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. It's just been so unbelievably inspiring to see. Paul, how long do you think we've been working together? Like, has it been a year already? Six months, bro? It's got to be a year, running on a year. But just to see your growth, to see your income growth, to see your confidence level, to see like the deal flow that you have now, to see the diversification of your income, just everything has just been so inspiring, dude. And so I'm so proud of you. So your support has really meant so much to me. Paul, how many one-on-ones do you think we've done? 20? 15? I don't know. You've done my course. You're in my Wizards Guild, which is my ongoing coaching. We literally just did a one-on-one a couple days ago. So it's just like, I truly, I can't tell you how much I appreciate it, dude. How to Hardscape? What the heck? $6.99 super chat says Paul Jameson sent me here. How to Hardscape? My goodness. Thank you so much. That really, truly means a lot. Every time, you guys know, like every time you give me a super chat, I gotta do a cha-ching. I gotta do an applause, because every single time that you guys do these super chats, it goes to the DoorDash fund for date night in for me and my wife. Actually, we're doing something fun today, which is we're going to a movie with the kids. They had, those movie theaters where you can like order food to the seats, and it's like a recliner and has a table and all that stuff. So we're going to see, what's it called? The Amazing Maurice. It's a kids movie about a ninja cat. Pretty stoked for that. So that'll go to the movie night at the theater tonight with the kids. So really appreciate you as well. How to Hardscape. Green Industry Podcast with Paul Jameson. Thanks for being here, says Architectural Sheet Metal 101. What's going on? Yeah, Green Industry Podcast. We started working together last summer. I've done like 15 coaching calls, taking your courses, and referred you to all my boys. Oh my goodness. Thank you, man. It's gotta be that. It's crazy. Kimberly says, what is the super chat? So it's like you can like tip me, basically. You can tip me. Oh my gosh, holy cow. It's the floodgates have opened. The floodgates have opened. Architectural Sheet Metal, $5 super chat. Appreciate your advice. No one else is doing this at this level. Have a great night, you guys. Holy cow. I appreciate that. My goodness. I appreciate that so much. I think maybe this is the most I've ever made on a super chat. You guys want to keep it going? I don't know. Like, what do you want to do? Like, should we do? How about this? We're gonna audible this right now. If you send me a super chat of $10 or more, okay, I'm just gonna make a limit here, just like arbitrary. I will do a quick audit of your social media. How about that? Boom. I'll do a quick, what's it called? A quick brand attraction audit, like I was just talking about. If you send me that, I will do it. You want to do this? Is this fun? I'm pulling an audible on a Friday. I think it's fun. So in the meantime, I'm going to actually, but you know what I'm gonna do first? I'm gonna honor the people who already gave me the super chat, and I'm gonna like talk about their channels first. So Architectural Sheet Metal 101. I'm gonna pull up architectural I gotta spell this. Architectural Sheet Metal 101. Is this actually first? Before I do this, before I share my screen, let me know in the chat if you're comfortable with me doing this. I don't want to like put you on blast if you're not comfortable with doing it. So let's say that. But I want to honor the people that already actually sent it to me. Oh my gosh, Kimberly Millionaire, $10 super chat. Family is important and I love your content. My goodness, she sent the super chat as well. Okay. Architectural Sheet Metal says totally fine with it. Okay, so I'm gonna do Architectural Sheet Metal first, and then I will do. Oh, Parker's on the go. Holy cow, it's just coming in hot. Oh my gosh, I hope it's not gonna be too many and I won't be able to keep doing it. But here we go. Oh my God, how did hardscape? This is just, okay, this is crazy. You guys, this is nuts. Okay, I'm gonna do Architectural Sheet Metal 101 first. Do you want me to do your website or your social media? Because I'm gonna share my screen here. And those of you who are on like TikTok and IG, I apologize, it's gonna be a little cut off or you won't be able to see it. Molly, what's up, Molly in the TikTok chat? It's been so long since I've seen you. Good to see you, Molly. Thanks for tuning in. Okay. Here we go. ASM 101, bring your trainer with you, invest in online training, online courses, watch on YouTube. Okay, so ASM 101, so like, okay, I'm gonna like just like look through your website. Okay, so first comment. I love that you're monetizing your brand in other ways. I do not, if I am interested in architectural sheet metal and I do not know who you are or what that even is, I need to see that above the fold. What is the transformational promise that you are going to make to me? I know you have courses and I am sure I could extrapolate this by actually clicking on here, but like actually training, more courses coming soon. Double fold skylight course. Okay, so you're teaching people how to do, okay, so you have one course here. This course will teach you how to properly flash a skylight on low slope, double fold standing seam metal roofing. Okay, so this is what the transformational promise that I need to see on your website is double your roofing business in 30 days. I don't know if that's what you're promising, but that is what the reason that they're taking your course is not to learn. It's not to learn how to do this. This is the tactic. The strategy is they want to make more money by doing skylight double fold standing seam metal roofing. They want to make more money, right? And so that's what I want to see above the fold of any of your courses. Double your roofing business or whatever, your sheet metal business, whatever you would call yourself. That's what I want to see here. I don't know. I get it. What you're assuming is that everyone who's visiting the site knows who you are, but I'm sure that there are people who find you on Google and don't know who you are, and they don't know what you're promising them. I don't know what ASM 101 is. Architectural sheet metal, you got to spell it out for me. This was a quick one, but this I guarantee will be a big game changer for you. Focus your courses, focus it on the outcomes, not the tactics. What are you going to, yes, at the other end of it, they're going to know how to do this thing, but that's not really what they care about. What they really care about is how they can learn to do this thing so that they can be more proficient at their craft or make more money. I would assume. Is this helpful? Let me know if that's helpful, because that's where I go with this. That is where I go with this. Okay. Oh my gosh, these things just started freaking flooding in. Kimberly Millionaire. Oh my goodness, Kimberly Millionaire. You better believe you are up next. Thank you for the super chat, Kimberly. I appreciate you so much. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to do your Instagram? You want me to do your A-list influencer page? What would you like me to do? How about your Instagram? Maybe. Like I think. Oh no, I haven't signed into Instagram in a while. So let me go back to your Amazon. Okay. Holy cow. You've got your, I didn't even know that, storefront. That's what I want to see. Storefront. Okay. Here we go. Deal or dud with me, Kimberly. Love that. Kimberly, I want to see your face is too cropped off here. I can't see your beautiful smile here. I can't see, it just feels too cropped off. I want you to change the dimensions of this banner. And holy cow, Kimberly, I need your email address here. I need more information in your bio around exactly. So, okay, for example, if I don't know what Deal or Dud is, if I am a Amazon, seller or a bigger brand and I want to work with you and your stuff looks great, I don't know what types of niches you cover. Do you only cover home? Do you cover all deals, any genre? Like, is that really your niche? I don't know. Tell me the ways in which I can work with you. Can I hire you to be A-list? Can I hire you to be a live stream host for my brand on my brand storefront? If I can, you should have it in there. I want your email address in there, right? I want to link to your website. I want to link to other things. Welcome to Deal or Dud with me, Kimberly. Great. Tell me more about you. Tell me about some of the demographics of your audience. Who do you speak to? Is it 90% moms? Is it people, 70% US? Like what is it? Can I hire you across other social platforms? You have a reach on, Instagram and Facebook and yada, yada. Tell me, I don't know. I'm just landing on your Amazon. I saw you on a live stream and, oh, you seem interested. I want to hire you, Kimberly. Let me go to your bio. So much can be communicated about your bio, from your bio. Was that helpful, Kimberly? Got it. Is that helpful? Love it. Thank you for the super chat, Kimberly. I appreciate you so much. Kimberly says no to the Instagram. Okay, I'm good. I picked the Amazon. Architectural Sheet Metal said, "Oh, aha moment. My course is their tactic." Yeah, where was I think I went back. Right, my course is their. Let me go back to the sheet metal. Right, where were we? Here, my course is their tactic for them to make more money. Amazing. Thank you, Justin, for that mindset shift. 100%. I got you. And by the way, don't feel too bad about this type of stuff, because I made a lot of these same mistakes at the beginning too, when I started doing my courses and I started help coaching people. Like for me in the beginning, it was very much about tactics and strategies and yada yada yada. I was hitting people over the head with all these frameworks and all this stuff, right? And it wasn't until I heard from people, the testimonials, and I heard from them around what was like the most impactful thing about the course to them. And it was all about unlocking the larger goals that they had with their life, income consistency, more happiness and confidence in the crafts, in the art that they were creating. The increased income allowed them to create better art, have higher production, have better equipment, quit their 9-to-5 job. Right? That is what, like, being able to charge more for your sponsorships allows them to do. Yeah, like being able to like charge now $5,000 per post or $10,000 or for a partnership, whatever, versus 500. Yeah, that's a cool thing. It strokes your ego, but that's not what really people care about. And by the way, this philosophy extends to your organic content that you're posting, not just stuff you're selling. One of the things I talk about in my Gifted to Paid course is, what is your surprising, transformative promise that you're making, not only by partnering with brands, but through your content? What are you promising to help people do? You have to think about that. It's a whole exercise that I talk about, but so glad to hear there's like some aha moments here. Okay, I'm going back. Who else? We got Parker's on the Go. Thank you so much, Parker's on the Go, for the $10 super chat. Parker's on the Go. I'm finding your channel here. Here we go. Okay, pulling it up. This is fun. I miss doing this. This is good. The super chat, pretty dope, right? That's fun. There we go. Monetizing. Here we go. Cha-ching. This is fun. All right, Parker's on the go. Let's do this. Okay. Parker's on the Go. Weekly vlogs. Let's go. Thursday Night Live. Okay, let's go. I'm going to be brutal with you here. That doesn't tell me anything. Like that you're using like real estate here in your banner for something that like, okay, let's go. What does that mean? Parker's on the go. Weekly vlogs. I think you're a travel creator. Probably. Tell me that more. Travel creators who go on cruises. True. What are you doing? A lot of cruise vlogs. Okay. Members only videos. Fun on the high seas. Fun on land. Okay. Food reviews. Like if I'm brand landing on your page, Parker's. What is I need to know your niche. What is it? Like, could I partner with you? Would it make sense? Do you have people in your audience who are influenced by you for this niche? If I am Royal Caribbean, or if I am, whatever, what's the other, give me a cruise brand there. Royal Caribbean, what's that other one called? Carnival. I'm either of these cruise brands. Do you speak to people who have families who go on cruises? Maybe it seems like it. Maybe you're a couple and maybe you don't have kids. I don't know. Tell me. I don't know. If you have kids, put them in the bed. I'm speaking. I'm saying like this is my mindset as a brand. This is what I'm thinking about when I am looking at your page. Is that I want this boom just from seeing the headline. Does this fit the profile of the type of partner that we're looking for to showcase our brand or our product or our service? Okay. It's crazy. You've got 2 pictures of you. I don't need 2 pictures of you. I need 1. Use that real estate to communicate other information that's more relevant to not only brands, but to potential followers or potential subscribers to know what am I going to get from your platform. Right? Okay. So Parker's on the go. Travel creator is too broad. That's too broad. I need to know what type of travel creator are you? And if you don't know, I would suggest thinking about it because you need more of a niche around being a travel creator because travel creators are a dime a dozen. What is your specialty? That is going to help increase your subscribership and viewership as well. Okay. Okay. So that literally, that was just like my very first thing. And then let me just quickly go to the about section. Travel couples, a couple and family, tips along the way, mistakes, shortcuts, time-saving travel methods, and how our family has fun along the way. Okay, again, this is a very common thing that a lot of creators do, and I'm not trying to single you out or anything here, but the point of this content should be not about you. It's about how you are going to help your viewers or brands achieve something. If it's viewers, let's talk about the viewers. Your mistakes, your shortcuts, your time-saving travel methods, and how our family has fun along the way. The people who are watching you, it needs to be about them. Your transformative promise should be sharing time-saving travel tips, mistakes, so that you can have the best cost-effective family vacation that you'll remember for a lifetime. I just totally made that up. But like something like that. You hear how it's different? So that, adding the word so that is a game changer because you're helping people understand how you're going to help them accomplish something, some outcome, some transformation by following you, by watching your video. And if it's a brand, if I'm landing on that page, I instantly think, wow, the Parkers are helping everyone in their audience accomplish this thing, which is exactly the positioning that we are trying to go after as a brand. Carnival Cruises, Norwegian, whatever, Royal Caribbean, we're the budget option or we're the XYZ option. This is who we need to partner with. And by the way, when you pitch a brand, this is what you lead with. You say, hey, Carnival, I see that you're trying to like target, you look on their website, you look at their press releases, you look at their, what they're posting on Instagram, you look at the positioning of their brand, of their campaigns, and that is the positioning of the pitch. It's, hey, this is the content that we create. We have, 3,000 people in our audience that this is all they care about is this whole angle around like, saving money when whatever it is, like point hacking or whatever, whatever it is, like, there's all these kind of sub niches within travel. And I would suggest you go deep on one of these, the one that resonates the most with you, that doesn't feel too constricting, but allows you to talk about a lot of these different types of things, as well as helps you stand out to brands. How are we feeling about this? Is this like boom, cha-ching? And you get some other like fun sound effects, right? Is this helping Parkers on the go? All right. Farkers on the go says, got you. Take us out of it. Take us out of it. Right. I don't want you to take, I like your photo there. I want it, but I just use that real estate, have one photo of you. That's great. But use the other real estate to like provide other helpful information to the brand. Okay. All right. Who else gave me a super chat? Come on. We got to see here. We got a bunch of them. How to Hardscape. Here we go. How to Hardscape. The $13.99 super chat. Okay. How to Hardscape. Let's see here. How to Hardscape. Let's pull up your channel. Oh no, I can't find. How come I can't find your channel? How to Hardscape. I'm looking for your profile photo. Let me like do quotes around it. Wait, is your channel just like at How to Hardscape? See one called I Am a Hardscaper. Is that you? Oh, I think it is you. Hold on. Let me pull this up. Is this you? I think it is. I think your profile photo looks the same. Okay, here we go. Is this you? Hashtag I Am a Hardscaper. I think it is. Okay, so first of all, I love your dope niche. This is great. Love it. Hashtag I Am a Hardscaper is all about spreading awareness about everything hard. Everything hardscaping. Oh, this kind of cut off, and I was like, "What? Everything hard? What is that?" Michael Pletz is the host of the How to Hardscape podcast, where we work to help you start and grow your hardscaping business. Oh, look at that. Love it. Good job, Michael. This is what you see. Focus on the viewer. Focus on the customer. It's not focused on you. They don't care about you. What's in it for them, right? The viewer. This channel will help you with your hardscaping business or your DIY project through videos on installation methods, tools, equipment, techniques, and job business with contractors to help. Blah, blah, blah. Whether you are a hardscaper, blah, 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 blah. This is great. Like a Michael on this bio. Great work. I am a hardscaper. Other piece of advice: go on Canva, get a better banner. Hashtag I'm a hardscaper. If I'm a brand, I maybe kind of know what that is, but I don't know. Your face is cut off here. I want to see more here. Okay. Here's another thing I want to see. Michael, if you've ever done here's what I would love to see, because it seems as though, let me go to your website because I'm making an inference here that, do you have courses? Business owners, homeowners. I don't know if you do. Start here. But like, it seems like you do. Do you do like consulting? Do you like have courses? Like, I don't, you have the podcast, but I don't know. Like, let me know. Do you have the podcast? But okay, so you have books. So you are selling stuff. You're selling stuff directly to your, okay, so this is good. So what I would love to see, Michael, on your profile here is 2 images. I would love to see you on a job site, like laying a paver, like one more paver that you're like putting in to the thing, right? And then on the other side, if you've ever done a live speaking event where you've spoken in front of other people, I want a picture of you up on the stage with a microphone. Those are the 2 images that I want to see as both a viewer and as a brand, because instantly that's clear to me that, okay, this guy gets his hands dirty. He has a hardscaping business. So this is like a real person in the trenches, but also this person is an educator. And if I am a brand, if I'm a paver manufacturer, if I'm a truck vendor, like trailer vendor, if I'm someone, I land on this, I'm like, oh, like Michael has an audience of people where he's like teaching them to like grow their businesses. Right. So it's about both the visual branding as well as the contextual branding about how you talk about yourself in your videos and your channels. And I know I'm kind of going a little surface in some of this stuff. But it's important. Like this is how quickly a brand or a potential subscriber is going to like evaluate you. They're going to land on here. They're going to look at it and be like, okay, do I want to follow this person? No. And they back, right? Like literally like 3 seconds, right? It's like a resume. If you've ever been in like a corporate job or 9 to 5 or whatever, and you've ever looked at resumes, you get like hundreds. And so you literally have like 10 seconds. So like, okay, you open it. No, close, right? So it's like, that's how quickly and how objective you have to be when you look at someone's, your own profile, your own persona on social media. And yeah, Circle H Scuba says, maybe reword that initial bit so it's not behind the fold. That's hilarious. Yeah. I would say maybe here, like, it's all about spreading awareness. Maybe you just get rid of the word all, and maybe it won't like cut off here, so you can actually see the word hardscaping there. But like those are just 2 quick things, Michael. Hopefully that's helpful. Love you're doing a ton of shorts, videos. I want to see playlists here just just real quickly, I want to see playlists. Like a lot of this stuff, you have a lot of this stuff on your website, like articles, hardscape. Okay, so like I want to see a playlist for each of these things. Complete guides, base preparation, edge restraints, jointing compounds, maintenance, whatever. You know, like I want to see that. I want to see those playlists. Right? Okay. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. All right, we've got one more to do. We're already at time, but I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge Tony K Films as well with the $10 super chat. So Tony K Films, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Let me find you on here. Uh-oh, can I not find your channel? Tony K Music, that's not you. I'm looking for your hat, Tony K Music. Let me like, tell me what your channel name is. If it's like at Tony K Films, maybe, is that your handle? I'm just like trying, oh, I found it. I did the quotes. All right, here we go. Is this what you want me to look at? Because it doesn't seem like you have any content on here, Tony K Films. Like, should I go on your not my personal at Jin Tan. Okay, let me see. Let me go up here and here we go. Let's see this here. Is this, oh, that's not you. Jin Tanny, sorry. We'll get there yet. All right, here we go. All right, look at this. 87.9K. Here we go. Coming in. Subscribe for Flames. What the heck is Flames, Tony? I don't know what that is. It's about cars, but I don't know what that's car. Put a car here. I need to see a car here, bro. Come on. Oh, in Gentani official? Which one do you want me to do? Official? What's that? Is that something different? Oh, maybe that's on TikTok or something. Let's stay on here. Based in LA, California, we manufacture, build, and test all of our. Okay, so get rid of this. Start with we manufacture, build, test, and all of our own products in house with state of the art. Okay, I just need to see that above the fold. Okay, I just started as a creative director 4 months ago. Okay, this is dope. Okay, we perform all our own research and development, blah, 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 state of our CNC and an all-wheel drive Mustang dyno. In-house manufacturer, we hand, TIG, weld all of our projects and have our own in-house CAD designers. Our mission is to pursue our passion for building high horsepower vehicles while providing industry-leading products with no compromises taken when it comes to... This is all about you. Don't make it about you. This is about your customers. This is about your viewers. How you can help them with their building their high horsepower vehicles. Yeah, you have leading industry products, but it's to help your customers. It's to help your viewers accomplish something. I don't care about your mission. Yeah, the mission is so that you can serve your customers and your audience. I'm not going to subscribe to Flames if it's all about you. I want to subscribe if it's going to help me do something. It's going to help me get my dream vehicle. Because I'm sure as hell going to want to hire you to do a custom CNC for my vehicle. Is this helpful, Tony? You're doing great. I mean, your views are killing. Popular videos. Okay, I need some playlists here too. I need some playlists. You've got a few playlists. You need to revamp these. Again, if I am like let's say I'm like a brand, I'm a car manufacturer, auto parts manufacturer, whatever. I'm Napa Auto Parts. I'm like whoever. I don't know if you'd like work with them, but I need to see playlists here. An instant revelation of how you could serve me. Do you have people in your audience who could buy my Napa Auto Parts? I don't know. If you don't, that's fine. But like, if you, we are known for our Flames too. That's okay. You can incorporate that. But I need to say car in your header. Sorry. So yeah, I want some playlists to know whether or not I could potentially work with you, because I'm not sure if you do like a lot of brand partnerships since you have your own shop and all that stuff too, but I do think that could be a potential new revenue stream for you guys. If you make it obvious that the folks in your audience, the folks in your audience are like prime customers, Yeah. Oh, Tony says, I also sent another 10 if you want to look at IG or TikTok. Holy cow, Tony. What the heck, dude? Thank you. What is your, okay, let's quickly look at your Instagram. I do have to run here because my wife is like, I have a lunch date with my wife every Friday. She's going to bust in here if I'm not out of here soon, but I'm going to do, since you did send me What is it? Gin Tanny official. Since you did send me another 10, I got you, Tony. I appreciate you. Oh my God, I have to like log in here. Hold on a second. And you guys are gonna see my confirmation code. Hold on. Let me get rid of this. Let me log into Instagram so we can freaking see this here. Come on, give me the code. Give me the code. Oh my God, this is terrible. I don't know why it's challenging. Like it's like asking me for this. Here we go. I got it. Hold on, guys. I promise I'm coming. There we go. Okay, logging in. Here we go. Logging in. Hold on, Tony. I got you. Okay, I'm here. Okay, so Gin Tanny official. I think that's what you said, right? Oh, that's not your thing. Okay, I gotta search it again. Here we go. It's just Gin Tanny. Okay, so let me share my screen. I know. I'm sharing the screen. Hold on. Okay, here we go. All right, popping off on the gram. Exotic / Euro performance specialist based in Los Angeles. New video. Okay. So, Tony, I want to see your surprising transformative promise in your bio on IG as well. Exotic and Euro performance specialist to help you design your dream car. Helping you design your dream car or something like that. Make clear that I can freaking hire Gin Tanny, that you're not just a content creator. If I am a customer, can I hire you? It's not just about showcasing cool stuff that you guys are doing. It's about that I can actually hire you. And if I am an auto parts manufacturer, that you have people in your audience who are coming to you, who trust you with their vehicles. It's not just about like the shiny, polished, awesome videos and editing. It's about that you have subject matter expertise in this. And so if you were to talk about another brand, not just your own, that you would have sway over your audience. I want to see the very first highlight reel here, like pinned to your about section. Hire us, about us, work with us. Where it's 10 frames where you're just on there. Maybe it's like, hey, we're, this is just a little bit about, who we are in Gin Tanny. We are a, what is it? How do you talk about yourself? I think I missed the page, right? But it's like, we are, based in LA. We do, high performance, blah, blah, blah. Going back to that about section, right? You parse that about section, you make it all about the customer or the viewer. And that's the 10 slides. This is what we do. This is the types of cars we work on. Here's how you can work with us. If you're a brand, here's how you can do XYZ with us. It's a Instagram hosted media kit in your IG highlights. Noted, it says Tony in capital letters. Right? Let's go down and look at some of your content. This looks great. This is great. I mean, it's like the thing that like jumps out at me, Tony, is that like it doesn't seem obvious to me that like you are a brand that I could hire. You are a creator or a business that I could hire if I were a brand. So I think that like from just a content strategy perspective, as well as like, if obviously your content's super high polish and it's like, it seems like not the goal, at least initially, but you just have to be cognizant of that. If I was a brand or an agency, I would land on this profile and be like, this is not someone that I could like hire. This is just like a company. They're an automotive manufacturer. This is not someone that I could hire for a brand deal or a sponsorship. Like it could be something even as simple as changing this to content creator, not automotive manufacturer, the category. Does that make sense, Tony? All right. I'm over time here, but this was fun. And you guys definitely paid for our lunch here. You definitely paid for our lunch with all those super chats. Paul says, these audits are great. Fire. Love this. Oh my God, I have so much work to do just watching all of these, says Kimberly. I appreciate you. Absolutely. Y'all, this was a blast. Should we do more of these? Is this fun to you guys? I like the idea of tying it to that super chat. Boom. That's awesome. I love it. This was so much fun. Parker says, this was amazing. Thanks so much, says Architectural Sheet Metal, of course, KMH family. Hey, Justin and everyone. Silly. It's okay, Hannah. Good to see you here. Thank you all so much, really, for tuning in each and every week. Just really means a lot to me. It's so awesome to see y'all here. You're like always here every week, all you guys. And I really appreciate it. So I hope you have a wonderful Friday. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And I will see you all next week. Peace.